Yes. Hello guys, welcome to another live session on Aviation Guruji. Well, this is my second live session. Okay, I thank my technical team for being with us here today. Okay, we are so grateful to announce that we are not only going live on Discord server, but we are also live on YouTube as well. Yes, guys, you heard it right. And if you have any doubts, your doubts will be cleared after the session gets over. Okay, I'll be staying here for around in Discord. I'll be staying in Discord for around 30 minutes, and you guys can clarify your doubts if you have some. And yes, my technical team is sitting over that side. Okay, they have taken care of everything.
So in this session, we are covering the complete tutorial on group discussion. This is really damn important when it comes to getting hired for any MNCs or airline company, universities and etc. So without wasting further more time, let's all prepare ourselves for a smooth takeoff. Yeah. Hello guys, so let's start. What will you expect from this session? I will cover almost everything about group discussion, and also I will try going in depth in single session. Also some common FAQs what you guys often get will be answered in this live session. Next slide comes what is group discussion? It's basically around where you will be sitting with additional 8 to 10 candidates, and the evaluator will be giving you a topic, and you have to debate on the topic with other candidates sitting in that round table for a particular time duration, like say suppose for 10 minutes. So the total time given is 10 minutes, and you and other candidates have to keep your words regarding the topic. It could be either for or against the topic, and also conclude the topic within that time duration. Who conducts this round and why? Uh, this round can be conducted by, as said, MNCs, airline companies, banks, institutions, business schools, and etc. And the reason why it's being conducted is because to test a candidate's potential. The main motive behind selecting you from this round is to ensure that are they able to get the personality traits or skills what an institution or an airline company or any organization is looking for. Obviously, a company will not hire randomly, right? Every organization has got its certain standards to maintain, and that is what they are looking here in new people. Then comes essential skills you need for facing GD. First is communication skills. In today's competitive age, communication skills are very important and essential. Like any other oral communication, clear pronunciation, simple language, right pitch are some important things of a GD. Then comes subject knowledge. If you want to participate in GD, then let me tell you that, folks, ki you need to have a thorough knowledge and understanding of the topic, which is mandatory. You need to have a clear picture on current affairs, national and international events, burning social and economical topics. Basically, you need to have a knowledge of at least 30 to 40% of all the news that is trending in the world. Then comes positive attitude. Along with the subject knowledge, You as a candidate must have a good positive attitude, which is an important element in the interview process and in the group discussion. You should be confident all the time. I know कि as the day passes आपका वो confidence का level drop हो जाएगा, but you have to push yourselves. Not only you should stay confident, you should also show interest in the discussion. Either you are the listener or you're speaking. Okay, you have to stay calm throughout your group discussion. Sometimes you will get frustrated for waiting for your turn. It takes hours for them to call you for the GD round. And also, there will be other candidates who will tell something on the topic which will hurt you, because they are going to talk against it, right? In GD, these things happen. Be cheerful and take part in the GD with full of energy. So we have seen that hope and optimism are two essential components of a GD. Then comes pitch and tone. During a GD, always keep this in your brain that you are speaking not for yourself but for the others to listen and respond. An individual must also learn key the art of voice modulation. Try to keep your voice polite, soft but convincing. Avoid using slang because that's too informal language. Okay, especially for a group discussion. And group discussion is a formal round. Then comes leadership. This is one of the important things in group discussion. बहुत लोगों के दिमाग में ये मिसकॉन्सेप्शन रहता है कि the person who controls a group is called as a leader. That is absolutely wrong thinking. In GD, the person who has more knowledge, meaning you need to have a broader mind, who is more confident, one who can find solutions to a given problem, and who is ready to take up the responsibility, okay, and also show some initiatives, will be identified as a leader. That's it. So the leadership always on the top. Then comes decision making skills. Actually, leadership and decision making skills comes under the same category, but I don't know why did the team put this in separate point. Never mind. A good leader will have decision making and problem solving ability together, which is a positive side for the evaluator to hire that candidate. The candidate must and should possess the ability to see through the difficultiest problem, and he should have the ways to find out the way to reach on a mutual agreement. Then comes analytical and logical ability. Analytical skills is an essential part of a group discussion where the candidate has to show his ability to use his or her knowledge in its right context at the right time. This basically shows if you are capable of analyzing the problem and then solving it or not. How to develop that skill? It's simple, guys. You need two things. Number one, you need lots of patience. And number two, you need to use your common sense. That's it. Then comes cooperative ability. Okay, for this, let me tell you a small example. Okay, so you will get to know about the meaning very quickly. You and your 2 to 3 friends have decided one single goal. You want to achieve it together. Say for a suppose like building a building your own startup. Okay, you all together work really hard, okay, towards achieving that goal. And the feeling what you get during that time of work means like you guys are working together. Okay, I hope you guys are getting this. That feeling what you get is called as cooperative ability. Okay, that means you're working together. It's not an individual task, it's a group task, right? You're doing it together, you're doing it in a group. In a GD, this feeling can help you create positive attitude among the group members. Then, if you have a cordial atmosphere, then this is um, then this will help you reduce your stress, your anxiety, and tension during your group discussion. And also, it helps in gaining self confidence for every member in that room, including you. Then comes motivational ability. Let me tell you a fact. During your group discussion, the examiner will keep eyes on you just to see that do you have the ability to achieve your own aim by getting any support and cooperation from the other group members or not. Okay, let me repeat this again. The examiner will keep eyes on you, okay, just to see do you have the ability to achieve your own aim by getting any support and cooperation from the other group members or not. Okay, why we need this skill is to check if you are self motivated person or not. If yes, then you should have the ability to motivate other group members and certainly find out the solution to any problem. Then comes what's next? It's self confidence. Wow. This point can be connected with the previous point, okay, as motivation. Motivation also leads to self confidence. How? You must have self confidence in you, okay? If you are going to GD, if you are self confident, then you will win the argument in the group discussion from the other candidates. How many points did these guys add, yaar? It's not stopping. Never mind. Then comes use of positive body language. I also stressed this a lot. Okay, you need to maintain positive body language throughout the group discussion. Also, you need to keep a combination of both verbal and non-verbal communication throughout your round. Only if you want to win this round. Otherwise, you can just think of something else. Then comes appropriate appearance. The way you groom also matters a lot in the group discussion. Important thing to announce that key whichever organization is conducting a group discussion, all of them, including us, will strictly follow a formal attire. Cause this is completely formal meeting. Formal attire is a part of enhancing self-confidence and as well as it enhances your personality. Formal clothing for men is shirt and trousers, and for girls it is either saris or shirt or trousers. This is what I would recommend. This was really long, though. Next, let's see what comes next. Next is, what kind of topics can I expect in a group discussion? This is a really good question. So basically you can expect four types of questions, out of which any one you will get in a GD. First is general category, which can be related to facts, educational policy of a country, current affairs, etc. etc. For example, is India ready to go 100% cashless? Okay, and questions similar to that. The purpose of those topics is to ensure that how aware you are about the things happening around you. Second is controversial category. Topics you can expect like, is beef ban logical, or women make better leaders than men, or women make better managers, and so on and so forth. Freshers are better than experienced personnel. These topics are basically argumentative in nature, and that is why they are given to provoke you and you start arguing into a topic while controlling your anger if you lose your patience. With this, the examiner just wants to know how mature you are and nothing else. Third is abstract. These kinds of topics don't really point to a particular subject. For example, the farther we look, the closer we are. And something similar topics. These topics, these kinds of topics are given to test your creativity and lateral thinking. Lastly is the case study based topics. For this, I can give a sample question like yeah, listen to this carefully. A school fired an experienced teacher. As a result, the other teachers went on a strike. The question is, what is the reason why the management fired the employee, and what would you do to bring that experienced teacher back and stop the strike? These kinds of cases are usually a short description type of a problem, and what you should do is that the team, okay, sitting there, that is you and the other candidates in that round table, you all should together need to come up with a solution which suits the best at that point of time. Then comes, what do the interviewer want to know about you? They just want to look for things which is very much essential, like सब्जी में नमक का होना ज़रूरी है. Either you take a tablespoon or a pinch of salt, right? Number one, communication skills. I've already touched this. Don't want to repeat it again and again. Number two comes, you should accept what other participants are saying on the topic. Yes. Number three, knowledge on various subjects. Already covered. Number four, this is really important thing. Listening skills. You should have the ability to listen to others before you speak. Let me tell you this. There are many students who don't even bother to listen what is the other person saying. They will act as if they know everything, and whenever they talk, they show their attitude and raise their voice, which is a downside of a group discussion. Avoid that. If you are one of them, please, then please sort the problem on your own. So, what's next? Do's and don'ts in the GD. Next slide. Yes, guys, one thing, when you are doing a GD, okay, then I want you to stick with this plan. I bet this will help you clear your group discussion. I want you to make a note of this in a book, or later you can take a screenshot. Out of 9 points, the first point says always listen to the subject carefully. Here, subject is the topic given by the panelists sitting with you people. Point number 2. Put down your thoughts regarding the topic in a paper within 30 to 35 seconds. Keep the pen and paper in your hand before the topic is being told. You so with this you are saving 15 to 20 seconds, okay? Like you need at least 15 to 20 seconds to take out a paper and take out a pen and like writing the topic. So you're saving 15 to 20 seconds over there. Okay, utilize that time in thinking and writing your thoughts. Relax, you can take a paper and a pen during the actual GD for your work. Also, no one is going to stop you. Point number 3. If you know the subject well, then you should start speaking. If you don't have any knowledge regarding the subject, then listen to others. उससे क्या होगा? You will get to know something about the topic. Point number 4. This is my favorite one. Okay. Whatever points you are going to talk, go ahead. But if you have some examples in form of interesting facts and figures, then you are most welcome. This is going to show that you have some knowledge and you have got a broader mind. Let those facts and facts be something interesting. If you have got an example of yourselves, then do uh, don't go beyond 25 25 to 30 seconds, cause out there no one is interested in listening to personal stories for more than 30 seconds, and that's a fact. Point number 5. Whenever you get chance to speak, don't keep on going. Give a break to yourself. You can make small contributions of like 25 to 30 seconds ka one paragraph in 3 to 4 times. Means first speak for, if you are the first person to speak, okay, first or the second person to speak, then take 45 to 50 seconds, okay, in your like while talking. Then take a pause, give another person a chance to speak. If you want to talk, then raise your hands again. You will be given a chance and continue speaking for next 25 to 30 seconds and not beyond that. Like that, make small contributions. Point number 6. As said, you should give others a chance to speak. If you want, you can even write their names, okay, the other participants' names on the paper, and what point did you like or dislike about the topic said by them. You can also write that. I'm talking about the same paper what you are using in order to write your thoughts on the topic. Okay. Point number 7. You should speak politely and pleasantly. You should respect to what others are saying. I explained this as well in uh, a few minutes back, right? Point number 8. If you disagree with your fellow mate's words, then you can say this politely by raising your hands and show some interest in that, okay? Why don't you agree with his or her point? प्यार से बात करो. Everything will go on the track. Point number 9. There will be a time where either you have to look at the wristwatch or the interviewer will tell that. Last 2 minutes to go, guys. Start when that time comes, when she interferes you, okay, when she pokes, when she disrupts the conversation, telling you just have last 2 minutes, last 3 minutes, and so on. Okay, at that time, you guys, you have to start concluding your words, conclude the topic. Okay, just start concluding it. Obviously, when you are in the group discussion, you will understand what's going on in the group, in the round table, right? So what others are speaking, you will understand that as well. If the interviewer doesn't interrupt you people about the time, then you should start summarizing the discussion by raising your hands. Guys, do you remember in point number 6 I told you about write the names who are sitting in the discussion panel, right? You can use it over here as well. When you're concluding, you can support other members' words by telling his name, his or her name. Example, I would like to conclude this by saying that my friend, Mr. Y, and so on, so on, so on. I agree to what you said, and not only Mr. Y, I would agree to everyone sitting here, Mr. R, Mr. E, and etc., and so on and so forth. Something like this. Okay, you can add or subtract the words. Okay, it's totally your call. Then comes what you shouldn't do in a group discussion. Point number 1, don't start the discussion if you don't have sufficient information. Yes, see, you are going to a group discussion to set an impression in front of 8 to 10 candidates and the evaluator. And you don't want to get your nose cut in front of them, right? First impression is always the last impression, right? You need to have sufficient information to fill that first 45 to 50 seconds. If you think you have the information, raise your hands and start talking. Point number 2, don't overspeak. Don't interrupt in between in if other person is speaking, and don't steal others' chance to speak. I have a perfect example, okay, for this point. There was a there was an in university, okay. It was a B school, okay. It was a business school. I won't tell that name, but it was like there were 12 candidates and 3 panelists. The topic was on demonetization. Everyone started discussion. There was one candidate who was over speaking, and there was one more candidate who wanted to tell, but the other candidates sitting over there, they were stealing his chance. And there were 4 candidates who were interrupting the conversation. Time given to them was only 8 minutes. Luckily, no one was selected because that was not a group discussion. It was completely a informal way of discussion, I believe. I don't want you guys to do that. If you want to share your opinion, raise your hands. The person who is speaking currently will finish it quick and will tell you to start speaking. Point number 3, you should not argue or shout during the group discussion. You and the other members sitting in the group discussion will get disqualified. And it's true. So please keep this in your brain. JD में कोई भी argue और चिल्लम चिल्ला नहीं करेगा. Point number 4, you are not supposed to look at the panelists or evaluators, and also you should not see what other members are doing. अपने काम से काम रखो. Mind your own business. That is what we say, right? When someone is speaking, then listen and maintain eye contact with the speaker. The don't stare at the speaker. Point number 5, Don't crack PJs and don't distract the discussion by scratching your head, eyes, and nose. And yes, don't dig your nose. Ugh. Those things are so awkward if you are in a group discussion. There are lot many things. Okay, we shall be looking into those as well in future. Point number 6, pose of negative body gestures like touching the nose, leaning your back on the chair, knocking the table with a pen, and etc. I will talk on this in depth a bit later. Point number 7, don't mention any false statistical data if given any case study type question. Point number 8, don't showcase low self confidence with shaky voice and trembling hands. Point number 9, don't stay quiet throughout the discussion. Talk something, and yes, don't keep on saying negative about the topic. Say something positive. If that is the case, then interviewer or panelist along with the other members, okay, will think that you have a negative sense of mind. Okay, okay, there will be candidates sitting who will say all the things what you wanted to tell. Okay, and you be like this scene. Okay, so technical team, please play that video. And those who are watching this on YouTube, please see the description box. Okay, there's a link. Watch that. My team has named it as Sony sub scene, I guess. Um, Next to that, you will find a YouTube link. Tap on that, watch, and come back. I cannot play it here because of copyright issues. Yeah, those who are watching this on Discord, watch here itself. I hope you all enjoyed that scene. Now comes different parts of a group discussion. There are three parts. Okay, start, body, and the summary. Your summary is nothing but your conclusion. Okay, let's see the first part, the start. A lot of people would tell that you should start up with the conversation in a group discussion. As said before, that you need to have enough sentences to talk during that first 45 to 50 seconds. If you got that, then you should start with it. Else, give someone else this chance. But make sure you should be the first person or the second person to speak in the discussion panel. The pros why you should begin at first is that you will grab everyone's attention, okay, and this can make a great impression in the panel. I said this before, don't make a joke of yourself when everyone is looking at you. You will surely अपना खुद का लगवा दोगे and you will be singing this to yourself. The song from BCS. Yeah, you don't want this to happen, right? Yeah, no one wants that to happen. No one means literally no one. But if you start second, you will get some extra time to think more, okay, sentences, and you can start writing it in a sheet of paper. And when you start speaking at second, you can put all your points and go for it. And yeah, and want if you don't know what if you don't know about the topic, then you can listen to what the first person is saying, and then you can start speaking. You can get an idea, okay, on what you have to talk. Remember that you should be either the first person or the second person. And whenever you want to speak, raise your hands and then speak. How to start? You can start however you wish. Start with a fact, a quote from a famous personality. If you know or share some personal experience, okay, which can be relatable with the topic. If you get a question on like, is GST a successful move for any business in India? If you have a family business, then you can relate it, how GST impacted the lifestyle of your business, and so on and so forth. As said earlier, don't exceed more than 25 to 30 seconds if you are sharing anything like personal experience. Now comes body. Throughout your group discussion, you should compulsorily keep these in your need like throughout your group discussion, you should compulsorily keep these points, okay. I have also said it earlier, repeating it again. Number one, don't hit the table and don't scream at others if they don't agree with you. आई गेस राउडीज में भी यही होता है, लेकिन ये राउडीज का ऑडिशंस नहीं चल रहा है. Okay, if you do this, hitting the table and screaming and all the shit, you will be thrown out of the JD, and they will make sure that you won't be able to apply in that company for at least 2 years because of this bad behavior. If they don't agree, then just accept what is going on. It's just a round where you have to show you have good skills enough to meet companies' requirements. No companies want to hire aggressive candidates. Not even our company wants to hire aggressive candidates. Be assertive, macha. Put your point across rational wise. Okay. When you want to talk, try involving other candidate in your words. Okay, like as I said earlier. So with this, you will grab attention of a particular candidate, and this will show a good impression that you are truly listening to the discussion. Number two, I kept this point earlier. Keep a notepad or a paper with you throughout your JD. Number three, don't dominate the group discussion. Control yourself while talking. Keep in your mind that the time is ticking and you have limited time to keep your words. Don't behave like how things happen in parliament. If the time's up, they still keep on talking until and unless the speaker shouts on him or her. Don't do that. Okay. Lastly, the summary. If this is the final stage where the examiner will ask you to summarize or conclude the discussion. The best way to summarize is to acknowledge others' opinion, then state your opinion, and finally find the middle ground to both in as less words as possible. Okay, don't stretch the sentences a lot. Okay, you will have very limited time where everyone has to conclude their words. Okay, keep it short and sweet. That's it. Then comes maintain professional body language and etiquette during the group discussion. Oh, क्या बात है. Yes, you cannot deny your body language in a group discussion. किसी ने तो सच ही कहा है. How you say is more important than what you say. Right? This proverb holds good when you are in any airline group discussion or and personal interview. The panelists keenly observe each and every hand movements, leg movements, your eyes, your body postures, and basically every small thing in you. So with this saying, you should maintain a positive body language if you want to make a good impression in front of other panelists. We should basically understand each and every body gestures and postures of your body. Um, and I guess we are going to talk in this as well. Let's see what comes next. Yeah. Next is body language. Okay. We were talking about this, right? Gestures. A gesture is basically a simple language. मैं समझाऊँ अगर simple language में समझे तो it's a form of a non-verbal communication, okay? Meaning जो चीज़ें words में नहीं आ सकते हैं but body action से पता चल जाता है what the person is trying to tell. When you use gestures, make sure you always keep a positive body language cause panelists will catch you by your body language if you are lying or not, and also it shows if you are confident or not while talking or while speaking. That is what it is written here. Movement of hands, face or parts of the body play a vital role, and one must use positive gestures and avoid negative gestures during group discussion. Not only group discussion but also personal interview. Then comes facial expressions. Your expressions on the face tell 60% things inside you. Yes, when you meet or greet, always smile like a smiley ball, which looks cute and also gives a smile to others. Your smile should show a confidence. Keep it like a salt, okay? Not too much, not too less. Then comes right eye contact. Most people make mistake over here, okay? Instead of maintaining right eye contact, people start staring at each other. When you are speaking, you should look at the other participants, okay, and talk. Look into their eyes, pyar se. I'm not saying you to love him or her, but this will show confidence in you. But yes, if you are sitting in the position where you can see everyone without turning your face, then it's a good thing. If not, turn your face slowly so you can see everyone's eyes and you can speak. Don't see here or there when talking. Eyes upwards or downwards. मेरा कहने का मतलब है like your eyes should not face upwards or downwards. When you're listening to someone, you should see to the speaker's eyes to show that you're listening to him. Don't stare at the speaker, okay, or anyone. I said it before as well, right? Yep. Then comes scratching eyes, nose, or head. Yeah. When some other candidate is speaking, then please don't scratch your head, nose, eyes, and ears, okay, or etc. Okay. Not only these, but also don't bite your nails or don't sit in an uncomfortable position or non relaxed manner during your group discussion because all these things show lack of confidence in you. This happens when you are nervous, and your nervousness can or may disturb other candidates and also create a negative environment all around. Then comes, I am just reading what it is here, okay? Like it says, if a candidate uses his or her hand to support his or her head, then it is a sign of boredom or laziness, which creates a negative impressions of the candidate in the group discussion, which should be strictly avoided. Okay, I hope you got this. If not, you can just like pause the video for like few seconds and no, sorry, in Discord you cannot pause. Okay, so like people who are watching this on YouTube, you can just pause for like few seconds. Okay, and you can just read that sentence if you wish. If not, it's okay. Okay, then comes setting postures. I doubt if you're sitting in a proper position or not currently. Okay, this has to be observed by you that you are sitting properly or not throughout the group discussion or standing, and also how you walk also matters in a group discussion. You should sit comfortably and keeping your back straight in contact with the chair. If the chair given to you doesn't have a back support, sit straight. Sitting straight for 15 minutes stretch कमर का हालत ख़राब कर देता है यार, एंड सीरियसली नो इट. But you uh, need to sit straight in order to clear group discussion. Don't take this as sitting in a rigid position throughout. Okay, you can move your body slowly or lean a bit forward when it's your turn to speak. Okay, it's written here only that leaning back indicates that you are lazy or arrogant, while leaning forward too much indicates that you are aggressive. Sit straight with confidence and relax yourself. Then comes posture of hands and legs. Do not cross your legs or shake them from side to side, as this gives you more nervousness. I always tell my team stay relaxed when it's their first. Okay, my my team, okay, like they get nervous when they are when it's their first day of the job. Okay, so people get nervous on the first day of the job in any corporate world. Okay, it happens. Okay, it's a normal thing. Don't put your hands behind your head or don't cross your hands in front of you. This shows you are nervous and blocking yourself from the discussion or conversation. You need to be approachable and open minded person, not even one hand. This shows that whatever you are saying might be correct, but according to the panelist, they will think the other way. Don't fold your hands during the entire round. This is a defensive approach which you should not do. When you're sitting, whether it's a boy or a girl, don't spread your legs. like these guys in this picture, okay? You should always sit with ankles locked and legs crossed. My team will show that image if they can. If not, it's okay. Whatever I have told regarding body language, it clearly states that how important is body language in group discussion and personal interview. You should understand these and work on these. Let's see what's next slide. So next slide. Yes. So let's click on it. Yes. Yeah. That's it. The end. Hey, wait. What they have written here? Thank you for spending your time in this boring session of aviation, Guruji. साले सबकी खैर नहीं है अब तो. I'll see them after the session. Wait. But I know this session went on too big and some people might have been bored. Almost everyone, I guess. Right? सच्चे सच्चे बोलियो. नहीं ना? I know because you guys are still young. Bonus step. If suppose when you are speaking in group discussion, if you're not able to continue in English, then you can use some Hindi words in the conversation. It's absolutely fine. Actually, what it is key English, okay, English is always the top priority, and Hindi is the second language, second spoken language uh, in the personal interview. Sorry, not personal. During your interview stage, okay. So like yeah. And yes, we are conducting free mock sessions for group discussion in our Discord server. Interested candidates can join in Aviation Guruji Virtual University. It's really a great place to make new friends socially. There is no vulgarity in the server. We have disciplined members. Joining in the server is absolutely free. Link is in the description box below.
Those who are watching this on YouTube, if you liked it, hit the like button, share this with other aspirants, and join the server and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Always remember, good aviation aspirant is always learning, exploring. All the best for your GDs, guys. Yours, Captain, signing off for today.